What's going down, everybody? We're here from the 41st National. We're here with Chris Keller from Top Shelf Breaks. If you guys remember our old, actually, we still use the intro sometimes with the dope beat and the rock kicking in.
Yeah.
This man was responsible for that one.
Yep.
One of the greatest intros that we ever had. So we are privileged to have Chris here. Chris, how's the National been treating you, man?
It is treating me good, and thank you for having me, man.
Definitely.
This is good. This is good.
Chris, you sound amazing.
Yeah, you know this is a very surreal moment for me because I listen to the show and I'm always like, man, those microphones are dope.
Yeah.
So now I get it direct from the board to my ears.
Yes.
And,
so
and
this
plus,
is good.
and your voice literally just sounds well rested.
Yes,
Yeah.
not ours.
We're beaten and battered over here.
Yeah.
But you sound amazing, and I'm stoked.
Yeah.
To have you on.
Thank you.
One of my favorite guys in the industry.
Stop.
Yeah,
I
one
know,
of the nicest
seriously.
guys.
One of
Stop.
the nicest guys, and
Thanks.
a music buff. Every time
That's what we go down.
Every time
Yeah.
I hang out with Chris, we will sit there, maybe have a couple sodas.
That was
here.
so fun.
We'll have
A couple sodas.
A couple sodas, and we will get lost in talking about
Yeah.
music
Gin
for
blossoms.
hours. For hours.
You talk about rabbit holes,
Oh,
you know?
man.
It's like
Oh man.
Beastie Boys.
that's what we love. Beastie
Absolutely.
Boys, Gin Blossoms, and it just goes on and on. That is
Foo,
the beauty
Foo
of
Fighters.
it. Yep.
we gotta have a
P.O.
karaoke night. You do karaoke?
I do some karaoke.
We gotta do
yeah.
that.
Especially,
we gotta mark it down.
we did some in Nashville at the time at the event they have out there, and that's a whole other level doing karaoke, though, man. You better be on your game. You cannot do karaoke at 2:30 in the morning in that street down
Or
there.
with a throat voice like this.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's talk about Top Shelf Breaks.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's basically talk about when you started. You also have a brick and mortar. We're
I
going to
do.
go ahead and talk about that and where we can find you.
Okay.
Both website and location. You're here. You're home. This is your home.
I am home. The shop is 30 minutes up Randall Road. up Route 90.
Okay,
In
okay.
Elgin. We're in Elgin, Illinois, which is a suburb, western suburb of the city. It's directly west of downtown.
Okay.
It's literally, no exaggeration, if you leave this convention and you get on Route 90, you take 2 turns and you're at the shop. So that's kind of cool.
And it's a new shop, right? You just moved in there.
We did.
Bigger location.
It's a bigger location.
Okay.
I had another location in Elgin, but it was kind of clubhousey. It was still a commercial building,
Okay.
but it was mixed use. So it was a great place to start to get out of the basements. Actually, that was the second place.
Okay.
The first place was in a place next to the mall that had, like, a little accountant guy had a place next door, a
Nice.
dentist. So it was kind of a
So
starter
you get
place.
your teeth and your taxes done right when you're done with
You
breaks?
could buy some cards.
Nice.
Well, I did take packs of cards to the dentist to give to the kids for getting no cavities.
There you go.
See
That's
that?
smart. I like that. I like that a
So
lot.
I had that going for me. That was
Very
pretty
cool.
good.
Very cool.
But the new location, I'll tell you what happened. I was getting my oil changed, and it was during COVID. And they said, you got to make schedules and times and stuff. You can't wait here. Because you used to go in, you drop your car off, you wait, you play on your phone, 20 minutes later you leave. They weren't doing that. So I'm like, all right, man, I'll come back. So I went back the next day or two. Then I was scheduled. And so I dropped the car off, and I went for a walk around the little complex. And I saw the leasing sign in the window. I put my face up, and I'm like, this is literally, I'm getting this place no matter what. This
Nice.
place is mine.
Sweet.
So that's how I found it, just by happenstance. What if there would have been a spot for me that day at the car place?
Yeah.
I
That's awesome.
probably wouldn't have found it.
You know, things all happen for a reason. I know I follow
They
you on
do.
Facebook, and I know you have a lot of superstitions with, like, the twos I see and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
triple twos.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was probably one of those triple 2 days, right?
It really was. The previous place, when I met the agent that came to show me the place, his phone ended in 222.
Oh, wow.
True story.
There you go.
And I said, well, I guess this is my place also.
It's meant to be.
Meant to be.
Now, when you pull a card, do you make a big deal if it's 222?
I do. I collect them. They'll give them to me.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Of course, unless it's like, Patrick Mahomes or something
Right.
crazy. But yeah, you can have it, Chris. So I collect
Luka, yeah.
anything. There's some that are, I don't see too many 2/22s, but sometimes it's a card 22, or like it'll be 12, or it'll be 122 of 199 or of 299.
I think Contenders one year was the cracked ice is
I
22.
was
weren't they before they 23?
I was going to say
23.
that. I'm like, I think the cracked ice one year was actually numbered to 22.
So I'll take all your 222 cards.
Nice.
I got an A-Rod one that it was, what would it be, 222 home runs, or
Yeah.
something was 222. So I have that sitting up in there.
Nice.
That's just my angel number. I see it a lot. It appears in many weird, strange, crazy places. Kind of lets me know, I think, that I'm on the right path and heading down the wrong
I like
wrong
it.
road, the right
I
road.
like it.
the wrong road.
I'm not going down the wrong road.
There you go.
I'm on the right road.
Exactly. Or we could bring back to music and be like the Old Town Road by Little
Here we
Mix.
go. This is how the rabbit holes start.
I know, right? Going all kinds of music talk. So What do you think so far about this national, man? How can you, if you could just sum up the national so far in one word, what would that word be?
That's a good question, man.
It's a lot of words.
Yeah, you're right. I would say it's very surreal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very surreal to me because we missed out on last year. I love the national. I know you guys do too. You love the people. You're all about the people, really.
Yep.
It's, oh, we got cards too, but really it's about seeing the people and the friends and your social media friends and buddies and stuff. So we missed it last year, and then you're like, well, you know what? We'll get them and kick ass next year. Well, that's right now.
Yep.
You know, so we're
Living in
here.
the moment.
So I see everybody. I see you guys. You know what? It feels like it's been three months.
It's
But
weird.
it's been a year and a
does,
half.
It does because like we do. I mean, even though we haven't been able to like hang out face to face, we do communicate.
Yeah.
We're always talking. We're always running ideas by each other. And that's the thing. Like the group rate community, and I say it over and over and over. It's like a family.
It is.
Like we don't really treat it like competitors.
No.
We're family. We run, like I said, run things by each other. We basically you guys make us better. Like I feel we like the bar is set and everybody, we're not competitors as much as we are like, man, they're doing a great thing. The bar's set higher. I want to be there. I want to.
You guys have been saying that since day one, and
Yeah.
thinking of that, here we are 7 years later. My first national was 2014.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, and there's a local distributor in the area, and they called me up and they said, "Hey, do you want to do the national?" And I'm like, "Holy crap, seriously?" They're like, "Yeah, we have this package. You want to buy it? It's $8,000." And I was new, but I said, "I'll do it." And I remember, okay, because I was breaking as a customer for a few years, and there was Mojobreak. You guys were the what I call the Mount Rushmore of breakers. You guys figured everything out. I'm serious, and I'm working on.
We never figured. We still haven't figured
I'm
it
working
out.
on something for the Mount Rushmore of breakers, so don't you worry about that.
Sweet.
Okay, so I looked. You figured it out though with how to put the teams on the screen and randomizing and PYTs. Like you kind of figured that you guys trailblazed that among others. And here I am at the national. And my goal when I set out was not to make a lot of money. It was not to open up a whole bunch of cards. It was to get respect from my, what do they call us in the industry, our cohorts, our colleagues?
Peers, I
Your
guess.
peers.
Yes.
That's really what I set out to do. And I told myself, I see you guys, hanging out together, going to dinners, going to parties, doing live events, and I set a goal to do that. And I figured if I can do that, then everything else should fall into place. So I want to say thank you for having me here because it's the most surreal freaking thing, and I'm not going to cry because I'm sitting with Mojobreak.
Man.
From
We're just
7 years
some
ago.
regular dudes
That's
without
great.
voices at the moment, but
So
you know
thank
that's
you.
and I
It
love
means a lot,
I
man.
love that goal too because that doesn't make you focus on the money aspect of
Right,
it.
right.
It doesn't make you focus on like your allocations that we know we always have problems with. So I like that. It kind of makes you zoned in on just.
I was
keep
zoned
going.
in. I wanted to get to know the people at the manufacturers and at the distributors and get respect and trust from them.
Yeah.
That hey, Top Shelf is they're okay. They're okay. They get it. I was patient. I didn't come bombarding in,
Yeah.
with you guys. I just kind of, you don't even remember probably, but back in the early days of the summit, we sat in some of those breaker meetings with
Yes.
the distributors and stuff, and I'm just sitting there blown away like, wow, what am I doing here? This is too surreal. So thanks for having me here. That means a lot. I
Well,
really do
and
appreciate
we've learned so much from you with your marketing campaigns and
Yeah.
how well your ads look on Twitter and stuff.
Oh, thanks.
I don't do the ads anymore, but when my ads look like fifth grader ads compared to yours. So yours was really nice. The click it to hit it and all that stuff, right? And the mascot and
Yeah.
everything you had
Thanks.
going on. So
Thanks.
and then your feed, you just have a lot of exciting things going on.
That's what's
So,
the funnest for
creativity.
me. I like the creativity element of it, and just creating different things that keep me occupied. Because quite frankly, I do get kind of bored if it's just like very static
Right.
environment.
Yep.
I gotta
get
have
it. I get it.
stuff going to work on and do.
And we're the same way. Like
Yes, you are.
We don't necessarily
Yeah.
like. I love the audio aspect of it. I love the production aspect of it.
Yep.
And we're always trying to switch it up and be like, okay, our setup is good, but I don't want to be complacent with what we're doing.
Right.
I want to see what else we can do. And sometimes like we come up with ideas and then it doesn't really work out.
Yeah.
But at least I feel good that like we tried it.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's
so-
what you were saying earlier, how everyone around you in the community and the hobby here as breakers makes everybody better.
Yeah.
Because thinking back to that first time, there wasn't big ass banners, there wasn't really cool, nice stuff. There wasn't a whole lot of that. It was just like you just set up and you opened up cards. And then as the years started progressing, I was like, well, he's got a big banner. I'm going to get one.
Yes.
That's inspiring me,
Yep.
and it just keeps getting bigger and better and coming up with new stuff.
I actually do got to say that when we first started, 2010, there was a handful of us that were doing it, and we didn't really know if it was going to take off, but there was... Me and Doug looked at each other. We're like, we need to change the culture. It wasn't a community, and I'm talking about like the group break community.
Yeah.
The competitors, like everybody was very territorial.
Yeah,
and I was like, we need to change this.
Yeah.
We need to like work together.
It was.
We need to basically like not be worried that somebody's gonna steal a customer.
Yeah,
or anything
that's
like
what
that.
it was.
And
Yeah.
I'm all. There's enough, and we talk about this analogy all the time. The pie is big enough for everybody to have a little piece.
Yes. Absolutely.
Like, you don't need to take the whole pie.
And you can't just have one store in the mall. You know what I mean? Like, people have to have options, and people do different things. And that's, and that's the beauty of it.
Let's change the culture. Let's build a community. Let's bounce ideas off of each other, and let's all get a little piece of the pie.
Yep, exactly.
And the pie is, like you just said, is big enough. That
big
piece of pie works for you to support your family and make a living and have fun doing it. So.
Well, it used to be a small pizza. Now it's like a triple gigantic 20-foot pizza. Everybody's eating that right now, right?
I can
attest.
attest.
A whole table of pizza.
Yeah, we got lots of those big giant fair pieces.
Yeah.
When you see that picture I took at the fair, the thing was like this. It was like 6 foot slice.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Totally.
But I can speak to that because you got to think 7-8 years ago, trying to start this and thinking where I want to go, man, it was intimidating, man. And now today, and I love them, it's great. You can just push a button and go live. You can just go live. I had to sit at nighttime. I couldn't just call you back then and say, excuse me, what is a stream key?
Yes.
How do
I
I get this going? How do I move stuff around on the screen? And how do you get something to scroll? You couldn't do that. I would sit up every night till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, tinkering around with all that stuff. Click, paste, drag. Today, if someone has a question, I could go and say, I saw something you did. What is that from? Where'd you get it? How do you do it?
Exactly.
We'll share it with each other.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, and remember, I'm sure you experienced it, just like the way the internet was back then. You just drop feed. You'd just be live, and then you're new, and then you get those jokers that are like, oh, I'm sure he got the best card when the feed died, and
yes,
blah 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 blah, and so the internet's come a long way now, and I don't think we've dropped feed in our new building.
Well, I
at
think
all.
I'm pretty sure I paid between $700 and $800 a month for Ustream at some point.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Oh,
Oh God.
What is going on here?
Oh my God.
I remember.
Holy, we were by the hour or something, or monthly
know.
hours you're
No, it's
online.
horrible.
It's by the minute.
For those of you that are new that are listening and you're saying, what's Ustream? So we all started on Blog TV.
Yeah.
And that sold to a company that was called YouNow, which the only way you could stay live is if you got votes. So obviously it was not going to work for breaking, because if you're not getting votes and they pull your feed off, you're about it anyways.
Yep.
So it was either Ustream or Breakers TV. So we decided to go to Ustream. We felt like it was a little more professional than the Breakers TV routes.
And Rogan was on Ustream, so I think that was like
that was a deciding
Oh, he
factor.
was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't
he
know
started
that.
on Ustream. His live feeds were on there, and then he would upload to YouTube. So yeah, then we went to Ustream, and then I think at one point we were paying $6,000 a year.
I remember. So
It's all coming back to you now.
So we signed an annual contract for $6,000, and I remember telling Doug, I'm all, dude, this is insane.
Yeah.
And they got bought out by Vimeo.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe Vimeo, yeah.
And then,
IBM, I think.
And then we tried to negotiate, and they're like, okay, you guys were locked into the old price. It's going to be $18,000 a year. And I'm all, no, I didn't like $6,000. I'm all, now it's triple.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we got it.
Well, how did we get out of that? Did they change their price structure or something? Or did something else come along? The Breakers TV one maybe or something? Or YouTube?
We went to YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Well, and I'm sad because there was a moment in time where I think we weren't uploading to YouTube. We were just leaving them there. So there's like a period of time where videos are just gone now. Because I think we didn't pay and our accounts was gone.
You know what? There was another a friend of ours, Sam. He was doing the same thing, and one day he was like, "I lost all my videos."
Yeah.
Sam,
on YouTube.
Sam
Cardboard.
Cardsmith
yeah.
Sam.
Great guy.
And he's like, man, because that's where I kind of first started breaking and would always have all these ideas and stuff. And I remember going to look, and he goes, I lost all my videos from the past. Because you're right, they didn't archive them. 30 days or something, they're all gone, and he lost them all.
That's what they did to us.
Another music guy.
Oh, yeah, he is.
You want to, like, you could sit there and talk music with that guy for hours and hours and hours.
I used to ask him to play songs, but he's like, I can't, dude. I'm going to get YouTubed, you know? So.
Yeah, that was crazy times. Ustream. I'm glad we didn't want to take the leap to YouTube because it's like you get familiar with what you're doing on there. So it took us a little bit of time to actually go to there, and obviously it was the best thing that we did. And But what do you think 10 years from now? Are we all going to be on YouTube still, or is there going to be something?
I think so. I mean, there's a funny, so Twitch came along. Twitch is doing great, and I went on Twitch years ago, and what happened was I kept getting booted off because I wasn't playing games.
Yeah.
So what I did was I found an old YouTube video, and I screenshotted like a video game that was just playing on loop, and I screenshotted it on my main screen down in the corner. To like skirt the issue that I'm a gamer, but I'm also, hey, I'm opening in cards.
Nice,
I literally did that, and it kept me on Twitch for a while.
Nice.
And then I think they just bypassed everything.
They're just like, whatever.
Breakers, why? We can, make money. I do think and wish that they would have more interactive stuff on YouTube like Twitch offers for your listener or for your viewers at home.
Like that, all the tags that you put in there
just different stuff and emojis, and I mean they do have super chat on here, which I think you guys should use. You don't really use a whole lot of that stuff, but that's a good way to do some stuff. But the future, who knows? I mean, there's those guys over there that are doing stuff. The whatnots in the loops.
Whatnot. We were talking about
whatnot
that
in the
last
loops.
night.
Yep. I think that, and I think that's kind of what I was leading into, is I think there's going to be a version, maybe YouTube will use it too, where you can actually buy something without leaving the stream. I think that's got to be coming soon, right? Not 10 years, probably in a couple years.
Couple years, if not faster.
Like you mean click on the screen to purchase?
Yes.
That's what they do. That's what they do. You just go and you buy it. It pops up real time.
Yeah.
The only thing they don't have, and I'm talking to them about, is they don't have what we're used to is our XSplit and our OBS. It's on a phone, and I have a feeling we'd all be lost if we just had our phone to break. It's weird. It's different.
And we just started doing Instagram, and we use a phone.
That's all you can do. Yeah.
Does it feel strange to you just to have only the phone?
Well, I don't do it.
Okay.
But it would, it would feel strange.
It does.
I'm me. I have my sound effects, and I want to play a song and music, so I'm going to be lost. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So there's something with the Instagram algorithm that even if you were to get like something to send it to Instagram, it wouldn't let you. They only want phones.
Yeah.
They only want content.
They're missing the boat there, man. That opens up a whole new world of potential people because
maybe they don't want to add the bandwidth or something. I don't know. Who knows?
I bet you we'll come back here in a year and they'll all be doing OBS and XSplit, which for the people at home, that's the program we use to stream out.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what the screenshots look like and all that stuff. So.
What would you say in the beginning was your, like, I know you mentioned some of them, what was your biggest challenge as far as like getting breaks to fill?
Man, it was just about trying to find the customers. That because back then there was a whole trust element. And like I said, the trust element was with you and Rich and Mojo and all those other guys. So being a new guy, it was like, well, if I buy in this guy's breaks, what if he takes my cards?
Right, exactly.
So that was a big challenge to try. How do you prove to somebody that they just gave you $100 that you're going to ship it to them?
So building that reputation.
That's what it was.
That was the main thing.
And I figured if I can get the manufacturers behind me, and if I can get some other breakers to kind of support me and realize that it trickles out, and that's what I had to do. And then of course be super good at what you're doing and get it out fast. Make sure you don't make mistakes. Like one night I dropped the whole bin with all the cards and had to watch videos for about 8 hours to try and figure out who got what. No joke. It was the worst thing ever.
We've had that happen.
Never made that mistake again. I was early. I was carrying the bins and I mixed up the sheet or something.
Yes.
I mixed up the sheet and I'm like, it doesn't look right.
Right.
Why is there a basketball sheet in this football break? Something like this, like 6-7 years ago.
It's a good thing it wasn't like the same sport.
Yeah, that's the worst. Well, I mean, it had multiple other sports though.
Yeah.
Like, did that sheet come to basketball break go in basketball too? So you spend a lot of time literally watching the videos one by one to get it right. That's the kind of stuff we did.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So the one thing I do love when Chris breaks, and he performs. When the camera's on, you have great like voice inflection. It's like being on stage, and I definitely get that vibe from you when I watch
it.
When I watch you break, I'm all.
Thanks.
I feel like it's an event. I'm like a part of it. It's an event. You're excited about it, and I feel that like that's something that is really you can't really teach it. Like, you turn it on and you got it, and
I'm in my element there, to be honest with you. That's people have said that, and thank you, and I'm very humbled by that. But there's a true analogy, like if you talk to an artist, okay, and you talk to a lead singer, what do they always say that they're most comfortable, where they're the best at? Like, where do they love to be?
On stage.
It's on stage and when they're singing.
Yep.
So the world goes on around them, but you can tell real talent, like when you watch those talent shows and you're interviewing them, and they're just like this kind of a normal person, and then all of a sudden they get on stage and they kind of change.
Right.
That's because they're in their element. That's because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
And it's just sometimes people have a thing that they got to find that they're good at, and you just do it. I don't like leaving at night. I don't like leaving the kids and my wife to go in. It's starting to get a little old.
Yep.
But once I get in there and I get going, it's like 5 hours flies by.
Yep.
And I know it's that way for you guys too.
Yep.
You got all these other things going on, family and work and running the business, but when you sit down in your spot and you guys get going, you get in your element.
Yep, exactly.
You know the cards. I'm not the sharpest guy on cards. You guys are basketball whizzes. For me, I'm not a super whiz in hoops, but you get into your element, man. It's fun to hear you guys know every single freaking color and prisms and greens and purples, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, and then just chatting with your customers too. Being able to provide the content, talking about their family, or talking about what they got, or talking about the sport that's going on.
I think that's lacking a little bit, and since we're talking very candidly, I think there's an element where people should focus more on your chat and your people, man. That's what I'd love to do. The cards to me are secondary. Okay, I'm not. They're awesome. But look, I'm just naturally sitting here trying to look what cards hits I got here. Just it's fun to talk to the chat and see what they're doing and what's going on in their life.
These are now allocated.
I know.
They are. I was trying
no
to break
penny
these
sleeves,
cards.
they're dime sleeves. No. But yeah, you reminded me of did you see that TikTok video of that guy that says this is how breakers eat, and it's like a Pop-Tart, and they're like,
oh yeah, I did Pop-Tart breaks 7 years
ago.
Did you go? Yes, because I couldn't fill.
You're ahead of the time.
I couldn't fill breaks, and my buddy Carter, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get some freaking Pop-Tarts, dude.
I love Pop-Tarts.
And we went and I opened up Pop-Tarts, and I was
strawberry
like,
or brown sugar cinnamon?
Brown sugar cinnamon. Which one's it? It was in the
slow rolling it.
Yeah, I'm gonna find that video because I literally did that because we couldn't fill breaks, and we would at the end of the night, but it was like, what are we gonna do for the next 2 or 3 hours? Now I'm getting some freaking Pop-Tarts.
I want a Pop-Tart now. Brown sugar cinnamon is the best.
Actually, you know what?
With butter. You put butter on them?
Super.
Butter? What?
You don't put butter on
the top?
Yeah, you put it in the toaster. When it comes out, you put butter on top of that brown cinnamon
Have you heard of this, Dan?
No. I have not, and I'm going to say the brown sugar cinnamon, the most underrated Pop-Tart on the market, 100%.
Butter.
But probably
that's the OG, though.
But I actually prefer it just out of the package, room temperature. I don't. No.
I mean, I will if I have to, but.
Dude,
if I had a toaster next to me.
Will you put butter on it next time?
I'm going to try it. I actually haven't had a Pop-Tart in like 5 years.
Get some, put some butter.
I used to live on Pop-Tarts.
I need a Pop-Tart right now.
I'm Pennsylvania.
I would probably take a box of Pop-Tarts.
Uber Eats, just have them stop and bring you some.
Exactly. Stop at 7-Eleven.
That's a Pennsylvania Dutch thing, by the way, putting butter on basically everything.
Wow.
So that's where I get that from.
Doug actually likes cheese on everything.
Yes.
It does not matter what it is. Cheese on everything.
I'll actually have the deli cheese in the fridge and just grab a slice if I get a little, get a little hungry. I'm like, I'll just grab some pepper jack.
You got some Tillamook up in that mother?
Yes.
In that town?
Yes, extra creamy Tillamook cheddar.
I like the blocks of cheese as we head down the road of cheese chat.
Yes.
I like the blocks.
I eat the block.
And you cut the blocks off with some pretzels and mustard.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, I'm hungry.
Dude.
That's great.
I'm hungry.
I can go for cheese and Pop-Tarts right now.
Yes.
That sounds like a delicious lunch.
Here's a challenge. I just came up with one. You're going to put cheese on top of that Pop-Tart with butter, and you're going to tweet it out.
There we go.
It's
Pop-Tart challenge.
You got to watch for it.
I don't know if
Retweet to win.
Right.
I don't know if I can do cheese, brown cinnamon, Pop-Tart. That sounds like a lot going on.
It's a dare.
That's a dare.
I might try it.
It is
I might
a
have to
dare.
do it. I might have to do it.
It's a dare.
All right.
Yeah, bring us back in.
So
reel us back in.
All right. So great tangent right there. Absolutely amazing. And we're gonna close.
That's what we're all about. We almost called the show The Tangent before it was called The Hype.
Well, guess what my new show is going to be called?
The Tangent?
The Tangent.
I
told you we work together.
Nice.
I think I'm going to start.
We're synced
fly by the seat of your pants breaks.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That's FSOP. Fly seat of pants.
Yes.
FSOP podcast
Hashtag.
is coming. There you go.
So we're going to switch it up. We're going to talk about music. We're moving away from Pop-Tarts, moving away from cheese.
Okay.
So
all the comments on YouTube right now are like, I tuned in for Car Talk.
So sorry. Name the band that you first heard, and you were like, they're going to be huge. When you heard them, and you're just like, they're going to be a huge band. And
I do remember, because my background and history was working with those new artists. I specifically remember, I have a weird brain, sitting in the meetings with the record companies. They would come in and sit down with us, and back then you had these things called CDs.
Yes.
So they would play you this CD because they were in control of it. They had it. Radio didn't have it. Nobody had it yet. It was super tight. So they would come and sit down with us, and they would play it. And there's a few that stand out. One of them was when I heard Kid Rock, Bow With The Bow for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I was like, this MFer right here. So what I had a little trick that I did, because our job was to get it promoted and get it out to radio. So when I was in the office, I had a little trick. I have this really good ear of hits. So I would play that song or band over on repeat not like 10 times throughout the day. I would just put it on and put it on repeat and make sure everybody in the whole office heard it. What's Chris listening to? Bow to Bow was one of them. Natalie and Bruley at Torn. I remember sitting at the table
that's a good
when
jam.
that came on. See, I get goosebumps. Look, I'm thinking about the middle part when that bridge comes on. And Lincoln Park, when I was in LA, they did a showcase at the Key Club or one of those on Sunset there. And it was with Warner Brothers. They had just signed them. And there's conventions like this for the music industry.
Yep.
Okay, so we would go to those. It's radio and records. Same exact thing, just the music biz. And there was radio stations saying, we're playing Lincoln Park. And so they did the showcase shortly after, dude. And we went to an after party.
That would have been amazing.
And it was incredible. So Lincoln Park was definitely the one that we watched take off to the stratosphere.
Yeah. One of my
Love
favorite bands.
Yep.
Favorite bands.
By far.
All right, and we're gonna switch it up. A band that you thought was gonna be huge, that didn't
sucked.
really, that just didn't pan out.
Wow. Iron, what was it? From when you grew up, your band?
Oh,
Infernal Rage.
Yeah, man, I was big on those freaking guys. I'm playing them all day long. I'm calling radio. Can you get on? And they're like, I don't know, dude. No, it wasn't.
Too much barking in key. Too much barking in key.
Infernal Rage.
Yeah. those
Well,
good times.
we're going on is it over 20 years since Infernal Rage was a band?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna get back in the studio.
Can I manage you guys? I've
Yes.
done it
And
before.
I
I'll help.
think-
I'll promote you. I'll market you. We're going to do a freaking. See that stage up there?
Yeah.
Why
We're
not
gonna
go
play
old
next
school?
year.
Okay, let's do it. Make it happen. Inferno Rage live
Inferno
at the
Rage
National
live at the
2022,
National.
baby. And it's
That's
got
right.
3 2s in it. 2022.
Right? Well, I think that wraps up the show, dude. We had such an amazing time talking about
Yeah, thanks.
Pop-Tarts, music, the beginning,
Cheese.
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 Thanks for
And
having
Joe
me.
Staley.
And Joe Staley is here. Niner Nation. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys. Peace.